Alright, guys, I will chat to you all later. Good luck. Mama Lock, you will manage everything, right? Thank you so much. Remember on the minute, hey, you boot over. And the restart's just if somebody gets disqualified while we stand it, just reboot. First restart, second restart, third and final restart. Okay. Yeah. Alright, thank you. A good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Online Karting League Africa. This is our seniors and our masters division racing together. We've got an absolute jam-packed race for tonight. Full pack, 20 carts, Tillotson T4 carts, seniors and masters mixed. It is a absolute brawl that we are going to have on screen tonight. And we'll quickly just move over onto the live timing and we'll just show you the entry list for tonight. Alright, so we've got in first entry a couple new drivers as well. Kalen Pillay, Luca Sturman, Jonna Wilson, Jude Stewart, Joshua Sawadi, Tate Bishop, what am I saying? Krish Vadgama, Anwar April, Mateo Sujal, Keegan Massey Hicks, JD Westhuizen, Ruben Victor, Ashley Bannister, whose number doesn't seem to have loaded. Interesting. Kyle van Rooyen, Kent Swartz, Theo Bonen, Mark Pollard, Tyler Posthumous, Jason Kutsia, and Yuri Swart. We've got an absolutely packed grid tonight, and this should be epic to experience. It is a full 20 card grid. Some computers might burn out by the end of the qualifying when they head to the grid, but this should be absolutely epic racing to witness. And while we wait for the last couple minutes of practice, I'll just quickly show you guys the Formula K track map. So right, down we go into turn 1, flat out through there, into turn 2, the corner camber is going to make you go flat out through there, then 3, flat out, 4, 5, slight lift, 6, 7, into 8 will be our first braking zone, slight brake, then the hairpin in 9 will be a lift, then everything through here is flat out into 12, flat, another slight braking zone into 13, then we're going to go into the most epic corner, which is the 15, 16, 17 is the corkscrew. Look at the absolute crazy amount of elevation this track offers. 19.3 meters of elevation. It is a pure roller coaster experience for any driver racing on this circuit. And if you don't know which circuit this is, we are on Formula K. We are racing layout D, the traditional two-stroke layout. But it is the kart of choice this season is the Tillotson engine we are racing with, so it's an absolute cool experience. These karts are slow as hell, but they make up for amazing racing. I'm Sean Nopshaw. I'll be taking you through tonight's proceedings. and I am part of the online karting league staff slash member slash racing enthusiast, and I absolutely love commentating. And we're looking at Ken Swartz clipping the tires down into the corkscrew, which isn't ideal. Newcomer to the angry team is Ruben Victor. He's gonna hopefully show us what he's made of this season. Just if you guys didn't know, we are racing with fixed setup. So these boys have everybody's on the same level, same karts. It's all about skill, it's all about momentum, and it's all about who can put together the best racing lap. And we are now going to go into qualifying. 10 minutes is all they have. There's nothing to play for. You're going to have to get out on the track. It's 1 minute and 12 seconds a lap. There's no wasting time. You're going to have to come out, and Lucas Sturman is not waiting for anybody for Angry Esports. He's out on the track immediately. He wants to get the maximum out of this session. Right, so as we go out on track, we are following Lucas Sturman, who is currently the first one to go out. So we'll follow him going into the section. Alright, let's see Lucas Sturman going down into the corkscrew. He will start his first official lap. Lucas Sturman's going to go down into the final corner, turn number 18, flat box through there. Look at that elevation change. Tucking, and he's going to maximize, going to try and build the fastest possible lap. Lucas Sturman going down into turn number 2 now. Flat through, he's just going to lift the kart. Not even lift it, he's going to throw the kart in and hope it sticks. And it does while it goes through there. You can see the rubber on the track being put down in absolute maximum capacity. Boys are going to get a lot of grip with these T4 karts. Throwing it into the first of the actual braking zones and then into the second hairpin. He's going to throw that kart in once more. Lucas Sturman looking smooth as can be, climbing the curb, using all of the track and more, as much as possible to gain and keep momentum going through into the Boeing section now. As smooth as you can be. Let's see what Lucas Sturman puts on as the first banker lap. Sturman will cross the line now. Wonder if we can catch it on the line. Sturman will cross the line now. He's going to put on the first banker lap, and it will be a 1:12.9. Then Sudyal will be, we'll just let everybody cross the line. Annual April's the closest with 1/10 off the pace there. Next to cross the line will be Jude Stewart in 6th place only. Then Suwad has crossed the line in with 3/10 off the pace. Then Victor 1 second. A 12.9, it's not the fastest. Even the juniors did a faster outlap. Everybody's going to cross the line now, and we're going to go back on board once all the karts have crossed. Tate Bishop crosses the line, not even putting a lap on board. I believe that is, no, there's still 2 more karts to come, and then we'll go back on board with the karts. We just wanted to see everybody cross the line. Vadgama with 2/10 off the pace, so Vadgama close there as well. And the last kart to cross the line will be JD Westhuizen, not getting a official lap on. Lucas Sturman coming down the corkscrew now. Will Sturman improve on his lap time? Fairly certain he should be able to. Sturman crosses the line. He doesn't improve. Then Sudyal. Mark Pollard goes into 3rd place now with Kutsia. No, Yuri Swart moving himself up into 4th. and Yuri Swart, like I said, in 4th place now. Kyle van Rooyen is currently down in 10th place. Then Jude Stewart is in 8th. Joshua Suwade in... where is his name? I'm losing him. 7th place at the moment. Kalen Pillay not putting on an official lap at the moment. Victor is still down in 12th place. Then Taylor posting his first lap 1.4 seconds off the pace, so not there. And then Jono Wilson not posting a lap as of yet. Ken Swartz in... Ken Swartz is quite far down in 15th place only. Then we have Tate Bishop 3/10. Look at how close it is. First until 10th is only 4/10 off the pace, or separated by 4/10, so it is as close as it can get. Bannister 2.7 off the pace, unfortunately not posting a real good lap at the moment. Sturman crossing the line, not improving, so the seniors so far not putting in good laps. Actually, the juniors has been faster. So that's very interesting to see. Been talking to myself there for a moment with my mic muted. Unfortunately, rookie error. Sturman crosses the line. He doesn't improve once again. Sudjal not improving on the position. Pollard is still 1.5 off the pace. I'm actually quite surprised that the seniors haven't been able to improve on their lap times. But Gamma parked his cart. Yuri Swart is currently in 7th place. This is as close as it can get though, but none of the seniors improving on their laps. Are they leaving it for the last moment? Remains to be seen. Kalen Pillay in 6th place. It is Kalen's rookie season. Oh, as I say that now, Jono Wilson and Ken Swartz, both of them improved on their lap time, so they both moved themselves up into 1st and 2nd respectively. They are part of the Kazoo Racing team. Tate Bishop not improving still. Look at how close it is. Until half a second separated by 1st and excuse me, 13th place. It is amazing, the pace. Let's see, where are we on track at the moment? Lucas Sturman has crossed the line but not improved on his lap. So we're going to go over to Jono Wilson and Ken Swartz. Seems like they have been towing each other around. So Ken Swartz will be the first one to cross the line, and then Wilson right behind him. Will they be improving on their respective lap times? Wilson crosses the line. Yes, he has improved as well as Swartz, but only by a little. Wilson has improved by quite a big margin, actually. Then Tate Bishop is in 5th place at the moment. Keegan Massey Hicks is one of the newcomers in 15th. Then one of the Masters drivers, Theo Bonin in 17th. Ashley Bannister is still 2.9 off the pace, as well as JD 2.6. Van Rooyen, a 2nd of the pace still. Sudjal will cross the line now. Where is Sudjal on the timings? Half a second off. Doesn't improve. Jason Gutsia is finding himself in 8th place. Annual April in 6th. Yuri Swart in 10th place. Lucas Sturman not improving that time around either. Mark Pollard still in 7th place. Jude Stewart in 11th. It is as close as they get though. Kalen Pillay crossing the line, doesn't improve. Ruben Victor will cross the line to start his final lap. He's still quite far down. Jono Wilson pulling over into the pits. I wonder if he's popped the engine again. Hope not. Seems like Jono Wilson is too quick for the sim, and he seems to be popping his engine the whole time, which seems to be very, very strange. We're just going to go over to Jude Stewart, who will finish his qualifying session. And remains in 11th. Joshua Sawadi in 12th. Kalen Pillay comes home in 9th place. Ruben Victor will take us in, finish his lap in 16th, 1.3 seconds off the pace at the moment. Then Posthumous in 18th. Is that everybody done with their laps? The 1-3-4 of Theo Bonin in 17th at the moment. Will he improve this time around? He does not. So guys, what a qualifying session. The first 13, from 1 to 13, separated by a half a second, and then there's, well, just a little bit less than 17th, first to 14th, and then there's over a second gap between the rest of the field, which will be the bottom 5, essentially. But that was a really good qualifying session, close as it can be. It is all to play for. Karish Vadgama, the driver from Kenya, is the only non-South African entry so far in the championship for this African leg of OKL Africa. So let's see. Will Karish Vadgama... Oops, there's the first disqualification. That will be the first restart. Alright guys, who do you think is going to win this? We are going into the pre-final. The leader of the pack is Jono Wilson. The Kazoo boys in front, 1-2. That's Wilson and Swartz, followed by Sturman and Vadgama, then Tate Bishop and April, Mark Pollard and Jason Kutsia, Kalen Pillay and Yuri Swart, Jude Stewart and Joshua Sawadi, Matteo Sujal and Carl van Rooyen, Keegan Massey Hicks and Ruben Victor, Theodore Bonan and Taylor Posthumous. And we've got JD Westhuizen and Ashley Bannister taking up the back of the grid. Alright, who do you guys think is going to win? Jono Wilson, Ken Swartz. This is only a pre-final, no points to be scored here. but it is essentially your qualifying heat, and then the final is where all the points are at. It's 12 laps. We are in the start sequence. All the carts are on grid. We should see a serious amount of frame drop here. And the start sequence is well on the way. Lights out and away we go. Jono Wilson getting a okay start with Ken Swartz right behind him, and I got a serious amount of frame drop there. Jono Wilson has been pushed wide and off the track, essentially. Nope, he's still okay in first place, keeping the lead. Ooh, we've got all the carts fighting. Oh, and one cart goes off in the back there, causing absolute chaos. Saw the cart spin, and you see a whole bunch of carts just standing sideways. Unfortunately, it's not ideal. One cart spins with that amount of carts on track. If it's in the middle of the pack, you are going to get taken out. And now it's a lot to do, a lot of work for the guys. But we've got Lucas Sturman moving himself up a couple positions right behind Jono Wilson, with Karich Matugama losing. No, he's pretty much where he started, I believe. No, he moved up one position, rather. And more carts taken out there at the back. It is chaos in the opening lap. Jono Wilson getting away, though, clean enough. Hopefully his engine stays in one piece, with Lucas Sturman in second. We'll just take that sidebar away, and we'll just follow the racing. Karishvat Gama is now all over the back of Lucas Sturman, with Tate Bishop coming at them hard, and my computer is burning out at the moment with the amount of frame drop with all these carts on track. But we'll have to weather the storm. As the field starts spreading, it should be better. But we are seeing an absolute battle at the moment between Vadgama. How many carts have lost out? All of the carts still going in one direction, which is great. We've got another cart joining the front. No, we haven't. It's still the same three carts there. Apologies. It is Tate Bishop, Karich Vadgama, Lucas Sturman. Jono Wilson's got a little bit of a breather up in front. Not a lot. It's about one cart length. But Vadgama's going to have no rest here. He's going to have Bishop all over the back of him. He's in a, Vadgama's in an angry esports sandwich at the moment. And then just behind them, we've got Ken Swartz and Jason Kutsia. Then Yuri Swart has managed to get away of that crazy start of the race. Kyle Kutsia, what am I saying? Kyle van Rooyen, he's got a very second-hand Tillotson cart there. Then Theo Bonen, Ashley Bannister, Joshua Swadi, Anwar April has also lost the nose cone there. Jude Stewart's got all of his cart remaining. Mark Pollard lost the nose cone as well. Keegan Massey Hicks, Kaylin Pillay, JD Westhuizen, Ruben Victor, and Taylor Postumus. That's pretty much the back. We're going to go back to the front fight. There's some carts lost out here at the back. Bishop has managed to get past Vadgama. And now Ken Swart's going to move himself past Vadgama, as well as Jason Kutsia. They're having none of this. They're just moving up the field. These two boys from Gazoo Racing Team fighting through the field, coming up a couple of positions already, although Ken Swartz lost out in the beginning. But he's making a comeback drive, trying a strong fight back. Which is going to have Sturman here. Oh, Sturman's going to send it down the inside of Jono Wilson. They touched. They both managed to survive, but Sturman came off second best and he's lost a lot of momentum. Which will open the door for Tate Bishop. Fellow teammate here, Tate Bishop and Lucas Sturman are part of the Angry Esports team. However, there's no teams technically in this championship. It's all for yourself, but you are part of a team. Oh, and you see Bishop sending it down the inside. Lucas Sturman losing out badly there, unfortunately. And he's going to have to concede that position. Couple positions, rather. He's moved back like 3 positions or 4 positions. Sturman is now going to have to fight back. My word, there's a lot of fighting happening up front. These carts are all bumper to bumper. Vadgama is having a go at Kutsia. He doesn't want to let go of this fight as of yet. Vadgama, the Kenyan entry, it's all over the back of Jason Kutsia. Lucas Sturman doesn't want to let go of this one either. He felt probably hard done by there by the pass from Tate Bishop. Vadgama is going to try and send it. Nope. And here comes Lucas Sturman. It's a 2-for-1 special. Lucas Sturman just grabbed that opportunity from Vadgama and Kutsia. 2 of them going side by side. And there we go. Sturman moving himself up 2 positions. We're going to go back up to the podium fight at the moment. Third and second fight between Bishop and Swartz. Bishop and Swartz having a go at it. Is Swartz going to send it down the inside? Possibly. No, he's not. He's going to stay behind Bishop and try and just stick with him. and see if they can catch onto the back of Jono Wilson leading for Toyota Gazoo Junior Driving Academy. Come to think of it, Tate Bishop is currently in a Gazoo sandwich. And then we're having a go here again. Jason Kutsia and Karish Vatgama side by side. We're going to go into the first corner, flat out 3 here. Vatgama's going to have the inside line. Is Kutsia going to concede? Yes, he's going to try. And no, he just left it off. He decided this is not it. Oh, no, Kutsia seems to be having a problem. Did Kutsia's engine pop? Jason Kutsia has lifted off completely. Did his engine just pop completely? Yes, Jason Kutsia ran out of engine. And that lawnmower has decided to give up on him. Kutsia will have to park his cart off the racing line completely. And he has just popped his engine. Jono Wilson versus Tate Bishop now. Versus Ken Swartz. They are side by side. Wilson seems to be defending quite heavily. But Bishop's having none of this. He's going to try and barge his way through there. It does seem like Wilson is lifting there a bit. This Wilson, yeah, Wilson seems to be holding Tate Bishop up there to let Ken Swartz come into play. We're gonna see, are we gonna see egos boil over? Are we gonna see the boys start fighting heavily with each other here? It is Bishop versus Wilson versus Swartz. Wilson is going the defensive line here. Tate Bishop's gonna try and barge his way through there though. He doesn't want to be sitting behind Wilson too long because Ken Swartz is all over the back of Bishop now. It is a proper fight up front. Three-way battle between first, second, and third. And Jono Wilson is on the defense there. Serious defense by Wilson, and he's going to pretty much open the door for Swartz to come down into a potential fighting position. And now Wilson has given himself a gap after that little bit of a scuffle exchange. Not a big gap, but just a little bit of a breather, which is something I require right now. The only car to retire from this race is Jason Kutsia, who seemed to have popped his engine. And that's unfortunate. Ooh, I just missed what happened there with Tate Bishop. Was he just clipped and taken off there? The moment my brain just took a moment to catch my breath, we saw Tate Bishop run wide, or he got pushed wide there. That's unfortunate. I also see some time penalties coming into play. Is that? Let's just have a quick look. Tate Bishop got a time penalty as well as Ken Swartz. So Ken Swartz does have a time penalty, which means he's falling back further down the grid than what he is currently on track. Karish Vatgama is showing Yuri Swart, let's not fight, let's work together and catch the guys in front. How many laps do we have remaining? We're only halfway through this race. My word, this is a long race, and my voice is not going to make it until the end. I'm fairly certain of that. Yuri Swart, part of Umpini Motorsports, well-known racer in the real world in South Africa, and a well-known sim racer as well. Yuri Swartz loves his iRacing and makes the occasional return to online karting league to just come have a battle with all his mates in the simulator. We've lost 4 karts. We've lost Ashley Bannister, Jason Kutsia, Anwar April, as well as Carl van Rooyen. But what we haven't lost is the battle on track, and these guys are going at it hammer and tongs. Swartz versus Sturman, or Swart, Yuri Swart versus Sturman. It's Ken Swartz in front of him. Sturman seems like he's got the pace, he just can't navigate his way through. Karish Vatgama holding suit. Karish Vatgama showing a real turn of pace tonight. Very impressed with his pace in the 4-stroke kart compared to where he was in the OKL South Africa League with the 2 strokes. Karish Vatgama definitely coming into his own with the Tillotsons. Yuri Swart rather, and Lucas Sturman. Into the corkscrew we go to finish another part of the final sector. Lap 8 of 12. We're going to head into... Oh, Ken Swartz lifting off. Is Ken Swartz... Oh, he lost his nose cone, so he clipped the wall once more. And that's a lot of momentum gone there by Ken Swartz. Although, luckily, the Tillotsons or the 4-strokes don't lose that much speed compared to the 2-strokes when you lose your body parts. So, Swartz should be able to just drive and stick with these guys depending... all of his time penalties up in front. Yuri Swart now is all over the back of Karish Vatgama. He's caught him up a bit more. But one driver that has broken away after that initial onslaught from Bishop and Ken Swartz is Jono Wilson. Jono Wilson has broken away, but we have a battle happening between Yuri Umpi Swart, Lucas Sturman, and Karish Vatgama. Vatgama is just holding his line, staying true and consistent as much as he possibly can. And Swart's going to send it down the inside into the AP9. He's forcing Vatgama wide, but he has moved himself up a position, but he's lost a lot of momentum now. Sturman's going to come at him through the corkscrew. Sturman's not going to try and send it through. He's going to rather just try and stick behind Swartz. Oh, look at Sturman. He's got a lot of momentum through the corkscrew. He's not going to be wanting to send it through here. He's going to try and tuck in behind him. Maybe do something into the second corner. He's all over the back of Swartz, just holding that defensive line. Sturman's not going to try and pass him through here, definitely, because this is pretty much a flat-out corner. My, this is one epic battle. See another slow-moving kart there. That is Ken Swartz once more. He's going against him. He might have clipped another curb or something and lost all of the momentum on track. This podium positions have swapped so many times during this race, and it might swap once again with Sturman and Yuri Swart having a proper go at it. And we said the 4-stroke karts are going to promote proper racing between these guys because they are slow as hell, but they really do promote some epic close racing, and we haven't been let down by the likes of Swart and Sturman, Jono Wilson, Tate Bishop. All these boys have been racing hard up in front. I don't know if it's always been fair. I've missed a couple of the incidents, unfortunately, but the racing has been hard indeed, and it has been close as they possibly can. Lap 11 of 12, so we've got... Oh no, is that Lucas Sturman popping an engine? Lucas Sturman pulling off to the side on the final... No, second last lap. Lucas Sturman has popped his engine. That's another kart losing out on a failure on the 4-stroke. Bonin all over the back of Swartz. Lucas Sturman is not going to be happy with that. He's going to have to pray for the final to keep his engine going. I wonder if the engines are overheating, the guys sitting in each other's toe the whole time. These 4-strokes are pretty much running at limit on this track. Lucas Sturman is out of the race, unfortunately popping an engine there. Bonin all over the back of Swartz rather, and Mark Pollard all over the back of these two. They all want to get their last positions before the end of this race, because it's not where you score the points in the pre-final, but it is rather your qualifying heat to get you a best possible position into the final. Ooh, and Bonin hits that invisible wall, climbing all over the curb. That is unfortunate there by Bonin, who had a really good race up until now. We've got a lot of second-hand looking T4 karts on track. And that is very unfortunate. Some of the guys losing their engines during the race. Look at all these karts losing the nose cones. It is crazy. Jude Stewart managed to keep the kart in one piece so far. Joshua Suade as well. Ruben Victor cannot be... The same cannot be said for Victor and Posthumus. JD Westhuizen keeping his kart clean. Jono Wilson keeping his kart out of trouble throughout most of this race. Jono Wilson coming around the final sector now, and all you need to do is navigate the final couple corners. Corkscrew is pretty much the only corner where you can really screw up your entire lap. Wilson navigating through there, no problems whatsoever. Wilson will take the pre-final, and get himself onto pole position in the final. Jono Wilson keeping his cart in one piece, crossing the line in first. Then Yuri Swart up into second. Karishvat Gama in third place. Matteo Sudial in fourth. Tate Bishop in fifth place. Mark Pollard will cross the line for sixth place from what I can see. Is that correct? Yeah. Then Ken Swartz. No, Pillay will get seventh because of time penalties for Swartz. And then Bonin. No, Jude Stewart. Then Keegan Massey Hicks. Oh, there's a lot of time penalties. Can't keep up. A lot of time penalties. In 13th place is Victor Tyler Posthumus. I don't really know how to pronounce his surname correctly. I'm fairly certain he'll correct me after tonight, after butchering his surname completely. Is in 14th place. Then JD Westhuizen in his debut race. Pretty much the back two guys there are both in their final races, or in their debut races in OKL. Well done to Jono Wilson for bringing it home. Oh, Pilay's got serious internet problems. Just have a quick look there. Just have to give a warning there, so we just make sure the guys are aware. If the internet's not stable, they will be booted off. Alright, let's just do a quick fly over here once again of the facility while we sit here and wait. This is Formula K in Benoni. If you guys haven't seen this before, there is an actual plane on this track. For those that don't know this, this is correct. The plane is here. This track was laser scanned. I think it might have lost a wing or so. One thing we have added is, just because we are South Africans and we are the champions of the world in the rugby space, we have decided to add the 4 championships that or World Cups that we have won in South Africa. And, oopsie, what was that? Oops, there we go. Just randomly went to Mark Pollard. This is the facility. This is an amazing track. It is quite fast flowing, almost flat out on the T4s most of the race. And as you can see, this corner camber and elevation into turn number 2 makes that you can come through your flat box. You don't have to lift with these T4s at all. You can just see how amazing the elevation of the surface is. It is crazy good. Check how it goes up and up. That's why we call it a roller coaster. It's 19.3 meters worth of elevation. We'll just follow it through the whole lap of FK, just so you guys can see how crazy this is. Maybe just go a bit slower. There we go. You can see this is pretty much a driver view. It is elevation, elevation, elevation. Going uphill again, and then going into this corner, the hairpin again, some slow downwards trend we go again, and then uphill we go once more. You can just see all that elevation. I can see we already went back into the start sequence once more. 20 carts on grid, just to give you guys another view. Jono Wilson will start in first with Yuri Swart in second. Karishvat Gama and Matteo Sudial on the second row. Third row will be occupied by Bishop and Pollard. The fourth row will be Pillay and Swartz. Jude Stewart and Bonin. Then we'll have Joshua Suwadi in 11th with Keegan Massey Hicks in 12th. Victor Posthumus, Westhuizen, Sturman, Van Rooyen, April, Bannister, and Kutsia. People that I believe are very out of place in the start of this race will be Kutsia, Van Rooyen, and Sturman. They will have to work hard to move up the field again. They have seized their motors in that pre-final and did a quick engine change for the final. Hopefully those engines remain in one piece and they will not have a technical failure and be able to race all the way through. Jono Wilson will take us through lap 1 or maybe Yuri Swart. It's all about who gets the best pull on the start. You want to be on the outside into turn 1 because turn 2 is the only corner where it's going to be at. So we'll follow Yuri Swart for the start of this race. Are we on Yuri Swart? Yes, we are. Yuri Swart gets a good start. It tucks. Yeah, Yuri Swart gets a really good start. Karish Vadgama as well. A fantastic start. Moves over immediately, but he's leaving the door open for the attack down turn number 2. Yuri Swart moves up into first place with Jono Wilson in second. Jono Wilson's not letting go of that as of yet. We see carts flipping in there in the back. That's Kyle van Rooyen out. I think I saw Lucas Sturman spinning out as well, so that's very unfortunate. Kyle van Rooyen is going to retire, but Yuri Swart's up into first place with Jono Wilson moving down 1 place. Tate Bishop is up into 3rd already. Tate Bishop moving up a couple positions. Now there's a lot of work to be done by some of these drivers on track. Oh, Jono Wilson moving himself up a position, just pushing and forcing Yuri Swart wide. Tate Bishop's going to be ever the opportunist there. Going to move up another position. He's going to have a fight there. He's going to send it down the inside. He's moved up a position already before the braking zone. And then we've got Karish Vadgama also just a little bit behind him. Not really fighting as of yet. Going down into the corkscrew. Oh, what has Vadgama done there? Vadgama has just gone through there and caused an absolute chaotic first lap into the corkscrew. You do not want to try and pass anybody through there. That's not the greatest chain of thought in my opinion. 3 wide into turn 1 we go now. Mark Pollard, Yuri Swart side by side. Mark Pollard's going to have the inside line. Yuri Swart's going to have to concede, but look at that. Vadgama just moves himself, forces himself through everybody. That is a chaotic first lap and a half. Absolutely crazy there. And I almost want to say that is purely on the shoulders of... Was that Vadgama? Yes, it was. That is an unfortunate first lap done and dusted. Crazy lap there in the final. The first lap and a half by... It seems like Karish Vadgama had a lot of caused incidents there. And hopefully the drivers maintain a cool and calm head throughout that whole exchange and continue the racing. But we already have 3 drivers retired. 2 against the odds racing drivers in the form of Bonen and Van Rooyen. Pillay is also out already. So we are down to 17 carts on track. Jono Wilson leading the way with Tate Bishop. These 2 in the pre-final first half of the race really went at it pretty much. And then, unfortunately, something happened between them. Hopefully we don't see a repeat of that and they have clean, hard and fair racing throughout this final. Lap 3 of 17 done. Jono Wilson still leading the way with Tate Bishop for Angry Esports right behind him. Wilson just showing Bishop, let's just fight at the tail end of this race. Let's break away from this pack completely. Jude Stewart has moved himself up into 3rd, so fantastic work there by Stewart. And unfortunately, a lot of the drivers have been taken out. So let's just go through the grid and see where we're at. Massey Hicks without a nose cone. Vadgama with a very second-hand looking kart. Mark Pollard's going to want to have to move up a couple positions here. Jason Kutsia is also up into 9th already from at the back of the grid. So Jason Kutsia really going at it. Yuri Swart has been very unfortunate in this final, taken out by, I believe it was Vadgama into the corkscrew. Unfortunately, Posthumous and Swartz also without any nose cones. A lot of second-hand looking carts because of that first lap chaos. Lucas Sturman also without a nose cone. As well as Victor. Everybody going back from the first 5 carts. Pretty much losing all of those nose cones on their carts because of the unfortunate first lap. But we're going to go back to the leaders because this is where it's all out. We're going to go on board with Bishop maybe. And we'll do an onboard from his helmet. And we just follow Jono Wilson and Tate Bishop on board. Wilson defending that inside line very hard. Tate Bishop's going to try and have to force his way around this on a good exit of a corner. Find himself get past Jono Wilson. Bishop does seem like he's got the pace at the moment. It is Bishop versus Wilson. Once more into the second corner we go. Just an amazing onboard view. Oh, he's going to send it down the inside. Did we just see Jono Wilson lose his engine? No, he didn't. Okay, he just pretty much let by. Jude Stewart's out of the race as well. Did Jude Stewart also pop his engine? At this moment, it's survival of the fittest, as we see a lot of carts losing engines. Sorry, there's a lot of spam happening in the Discord from some of the drivers and the WhatsApp groups. Popping engines, clearly not happy. Understandable though. Technical failures, engine seizing. And they need to keep it as clean as they possibly can. It is now Jono Wilson versus Tate Bishop on track. We don't need the names on their heads. It is the 296 versus the 294. Wilson's going to try around the outside. Bishop's going to defend that line easily with no problems whatsoever. Should be able to maintain that position without any problems. And then we move into the nice little technical section here. If you get this corner right, your momentum will take you into the hairpin very well. Pretty much just a lift and throw the cart into this corner and then into the first real braking zone, which will be into the hairpin here. Then we're going to head into the aeroplane section as we go through here side by side, pretty much still, or bumper to bumper between Wilson and Bishop. They are showing each other a lot more respect in this pre-final, or the final rather. Hopefully it maintains, and their racing seems to be hard and fair. But ooh, the advantage is currently going in the way of Tate Bishop, who is just built a small little bit of a gap there. It's just about a cart length in between them. As I say that, Jono Wilson has just climbed onto the back of Tate Bishop immediately. He's having none of this. He's getting himself involved once more. Probably thinking to himself, oh no, as I say that, Jono Wilson's engine pops. Jono Wilson has lost his engine, and that is the end of his race. Jono Wilson out. Tate Bishop leading the way. How on earth? We've lost 5 carts. Well, not all of them engines. I believe Stewart might have popped the engine as well as Wilson. But then behind them, there's a big battle happening between Mark Pollard and Karish Vatgama. Mark Pollard has moved himself up quite a lot throughout this race already. Where is Jason Kutsia on track? Oh, Jason Kutsia is down a couple positions. Does Mark Pollard have a time penalty though? Because why is Jason Kutsia showing up in front? Just want to see. Yes, Mark Pollard does have a 1 second time penalty, which will demote him a couple positions based off where everybody's on track. So Mark Pollard's going to have to work hard to get his cart up a couple positions. Jono Wilson out of the race. That is absolute heartbreak. Mark Pollard is leading. Karish Vatgama is going to send it down the inside into the final corner, moving himself up a position. Does he know? Mark Pollard's got the better line, better traction out of that last corner. Don't know what happened there, but Pollard has pretty much almost gifted a position away, and now he's got it back again. Pollard's going to have to work hard to break away from this pack. Oh, Karish Vatgama has just disappeared. No, he's coming back down the inside. Vatgama, once again, seems to have very unstable internet, though. Just have a quick look at what that internet is saying. Just want to keep an eye on that. Sorry about the on-screen. Vatgama does seem to be having internet problems again. But Jason Kutsia was promoted up a couple positions. Kutsia has really done a good job moving up the field. He's up into 5th place right now. We're only halfway through this race. Tate Bishop has retired from the race as well. So that's Bishop out of the race. It is unfortunate. We're seeing a whole bunch of engines pop, seizing at the moment. Mark Pollard's... Oh, Yuri Swart is working himself through here. Almost a very aggressive move through the corkscrew. Mark Pollard has been clipped by Yuri Swart. Parking his cart on track, just lifting his finger saying, well, thank you so much for that. Are we going to see a complete last to first by Jason Kutsia? It is absolute heartbreak by all the drivers that are popping their engines. Tate Bishop, I'm assuming. Ken Swartz is also retired now. Are we seeing more of the same? Is the race too long? Are the engines not up to spec? And they are popping from probably overheating, running so flat. Pretty much 100% of the lap running there. It is interesting though, because not a single car popped on, or engine popped with the European Championship racing at Paul Fletcher International the other day. So I wonder what the story is. Is it the altitude? Is it the engine? Because it's just flat out all the way through. That is definitely something we'll have to take to the developer of the Tillotson engines and figure out what was happening. A lot of seized engines so far. But Jason Kutsia is currently in third place with... I'm going the wrong way. With Matteo Sudial in first, because Annual April, I believe, will have time penalties. So Sudial, with a very second-hand looking kart, is possibly up for a victory here tonight. Almost half the grid seems to have retired. I think 3 engines have popped so far. Maybe a 4th. We'll just have to investigate that. So I'm going to have a quick look at something on the side here. It is very unfortunate that we are popping so many engines. It's definitely something we'll have to work with the developer. So hopefully we can get this sorted because we have seen another retired kart in Yuri Swart as well as Matteo Sudial. These karts are falling off one by one, and I wonder if it's all popped engines. Like I said, pretty much survival of the fittest now. It is all about who can bring the kart home. Jason Kutsia is on for a last to first right now. It seems odd though, because we raced an enduro race the other night, a 50-minute enduro with these karts, and I think only one engine popped out of that entire session, maybe a second. But yeah, we are popping engines like it's nothing on this very same circuit we have been racing on in the past. So it seems very strange to me that these engines are popping. So it is unfortunate that we are seeing this. Hopefully all these guys will bring it home with the remaining karts. As it stands, Annual April is leading the way with Jason Kutsia in second. Jason Kutsia is in second, and then Massey X on his debut race is in the third. Karish Vatgama in fourth with Mark Pollard currently in fifth place. Lucas Thurman with a very second-hand looking Tillotson kart in sixth. Then Ruben Victor, Taylor Postumus is in eighth place. Then Joshua Swart has just gone straight there for some reason. Maybe a lag spike from his side. JD Westhuizen is now currently in 10th place with Ashley Bannister in 11th. Lap 12 of 17 done. We've lost just about half of the grid. I think half of them were ceased engines. The other half were retired due to incidents on the first lap. And while April is still leading the way though, with Jason Kutsia, started in last position in 20th, is currently in second, only 3 seconds off the pace. Off the lead rather. It is very unfortunate that the guys are losing the engines. It is one of those things that we'll have to figure out before the next race. And we will obviously work with the developer of these engines to see if we can figure out what and why. But unfortunately, the show must go on and the guys must continue the race. And Annual April is leading the way. There's a battle happening further back on. Where did I see? Excuse me, some cards. No, they're not close enough to each other. Annual April crosses the line. Let's see how far Jason Kutsia is back now. It was 2.9. It is 2.6. So Jason Kutsia, when I say 2.6, April's got a couple time penalties. So Jason Kutsia is 2.6, not gaining enough per lap. There's only 3 laps remaining to bring this home. Annual April. Will this be Annual April's debut or maiden victory in OKL? Definitely the opening victory in the championship. Pending a lot of reviews. Lucas Sturman retired from the race as well. So there goes another driver. See some fighting happening here. Karish Vadgama, Massey Hicks now having a go at it. And these very second-hand looking Tillotson carts at the moment. Oh, Vadgama's pulling off to the side. Is that the engine? He seized his engine as well. 2 more laps to go and we've lost more than half of the grid with seized engines. What will happen? Will there be a complete rerun of this race? We don't know. It's going to have to be a long discussion between the series owners and the Tillotson developer on how we are going to go about this. We've popped so many engines tonight, but let's not take away from the performance by Jason Kutsia so far, who has started the race in complete last position and is currently in second, 2.5 seconds off the lead. And then Massey Hicks, will this be a maiden podium on his debut race in OKL? Mark Pollard is currently in 5th. Well, he'll move up into 4th rather after this lap. We've got 2 more laps to go. Right, more retired carts. Joshua Suwade has retired. Karish Vadgama, well, he retired on the previous lap already. So it is chaos at the moment. We have lost them one by one. Going through the grid. There is currently 9 carts remaining. 8 carts remaining. Bannister's moved up. Yes, 8 carts on track. Jason Kutsia 2.2 seconds off the lead One mistake by Anwar April and that could be the end of it. But Anwar April is going to start his final lap and take it home. Hopefully Anwar April can bring this kart home in one piece. We've lost a lot. Ooh, 1.7 seconds now is the gap between Jason Kutsia and Anwar April. Jason Kutsia is pretty much just holding on. Excuse me, a small glimmer of hope on offer for Kutsia here. Anwar April versus Kutsia. It is 1.7 seconds. It is on track. It doesn't look like it's that small of a gap, but I think April's got a 1 second penalty, which if Jason Kutsia can move himself up another second in this lap somehow, he can be promoted into first place. All April needs to do is bring that kart home in one piece, stay within the track limits, and he will be fine. I'm fairly certain he's absolutely praying to the virtual wall that this kart just goes all the way to the line. And it seems like it does. And April will take it home in first place. Well done, April. And then Jason Kutsia will cross the line in second. He does 1.4 seconds off the pace. And then Massey Hicks in his debut race, maiden podium with Mark Pollard in fourth. Ruben Victor will take his kart home in fifth place. That is if he remains. So many seized engines during this race. It is very unfortunate. But there we go. Victor crossing the line in fifth. And then Taylor Posthumus in sixth place in his debut race as well. JD Westhuizen just bringing that kart home slowly but surely in seventh place in his debut race as well in the OKL universe. JD Westhuizen brings it home in seventh. And then last but not least, Ashley Bannister, the last surviving kart on track, will bring it home in eighth place. And then we've lost Vatgama, Sawadi, Sturman, Sudyal, Swart, Bishop, Wilson, Stewart, Pillay, Bonin, and Van Rooyen. A lot of them were incidents on track, and then I think more than half of those retired karts were seized engines, which is a very unfortunate thing to go through, and it is something that will be investigated. But still, let's not take away from the performance from Anwar April, as well as Jason Kutsia, who's taken a last to second. Then Keegan Massey Hicks in third place. Well done, guys, for bringing your karts home. Congratulations on the podium finishes, and we will see you guys in a couple weeks time for the next race. Let's just quickly have a quick look at what is out further in the African Championship. The next race is the 13th of August. We will be racing at Mozambique at the circuit ATCM. It's an awesome track, very fun, fast flowing, and pretty technical. It is flat as they can be, so it's going to be super important for the kids to keep their momentum. Not a lot of camber. You just have to bring that kart around. And then after that, we'll go to Tony Rist in Namibia, which will be released in the next week or so. And then we'll finish the season the 10th of September at Kalani back in Cape Town in South Africa. Then another league currently running parallel with this one is the European Championship. Next week, we will be back live on Wednesday, the 31st of July at Walton Mill International for round 2 of the European Championship. The 14th of August, we'll do Kirpen in Germany. And then the 28th of August, we'll do Kecskemét in Hungary. And then round 5 will be Buckmore Park, the 11th of September in the European Championship. So, guys, hopefully we will see you guys for all these races to support. And thank you so much for tuning in. This is the end of the stream. Thank you. I'm Sean Opsha. I hope you were entertained by what was on offer tonight. And we will see you guys for the next race. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.